My beloved, stop all the noise outside and turn your ear to the rhythm of your own breath. For in the next 21 minutes I will come close to you, in a way you have never experienced, not loud, not tumultuous, but full of power, like a cool spring pouring into a parched heart. Hear this, I do not come to add burdens, but to remove the invisible shackles that have bound your heart and body. I do not come to demand more wealth, but to pour into you a new life, gentle, yet fierce, so that every cell in you may vibrate with peace. In those minutes you will feel a warm light spread from your chest like a refining fire of love that does not consume. You will recognize that the weariness you have carried is not the end, but the prelude to a different strength. I will place within you the power to recover, to stand firm, to love, without being depleted. I know you have given too much. I know every drop of sweat, each sleepless night, every request for rest that was silenced by duty. I've seen you offer time as if it were a thin scrap of paper, give love like an overflowing stream, and expend your strength as though your resources were endless. Now I want you to receive. My comforting, a supporting hand, a healing beyond any remedy you have sought. Let go of your calculations, your comparisons, the unmet expectations. Relax your shoulders, breathe deeply, and open your heart like a flower unfurling at dawn. For I will breathe new life upon you, blow away the dust of disappointment, and replace it with the hope of rebirth. In that moment, you will not be alone. I am there as a kindred friend, as the parent who shelters, as the lamp that lights the night. You may feel a gentle touch upon your forehead, a warmth in the palm of your hand, or a whispered sound like wind through leaves. Do not look for ostentatious signs. My presence is often discreet, but it is effective. If you feel your heart sink, it is I taking away old obsessions. If your eyes brim with tears, it is I washing wounds that have not yet healed. Every emotion that rises in this time is part of the process. I allow them to come up so I can touch and heal. Do not fear the tears, they are the soul's language being cleansed. Remember that receiving is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of sacred wisdom. When you accept comfort, you open the door for me to do the deepest work, meticulous as a jeweler, removing rust, gentle yet resolute. I will untie each knot within you, resentment, the sense of abandonment, the fear of loss, and the desire to control everything. In their place, I will put in you the strength to let go, the discernment to know, and the courage to move forward. In those 21 minutes, I will teach you how to hear the sound of silence, the silence which, when you listen, will tell you what to do, what to leave behind, and what to hold. Place your hand on your heart if you wish, and say to me in simple words, I need. No eloquence required. I understand even when you only breathe. Entrust to me the fragments you still cling to. Hand me the memories that weigh you down. Give me the plans whose fires have gone out. I will take them and transform them. And when you give, believe that I do not discard, but recreate what is worthy of keeping, will be preserved in my embrace. What hinders will be removed. What needs healing will be mended with love. I will inscribe upon your mind fresh words of encouragement, like a warm seal pressed onto the blank page of your life. You will feel the divine power flowing not only into your spirit but into your body as well. Sleep will become gentler, pain will ease, and a troubled mind will find order. Small daily decisions will become clearer. Relationships that were once complicated will be illuminated. Even the work you do will take on new meaning, not because its outward form is changed, but because the way you enter each day will be different. I will restore in you the motivation to love without calculation, to serve without exhaustion, and to live without insisting on return. This is the gift I give, not to make you someone who needs no rest, but to grant you harmony between labor and rest, between giving and receiving. My beloved, when those 21 minutes have ended, do not rush back into your old rhythms as if nothing happened. Carry with you each grain of grace you have received like a small pearl, kept close to the heart, and let it shape every step you take. Tomorrow may still be hard. Trials may come knocking again, yet you will have an anchor, the first-hand encounter with my power that touched you. When the waves rise, you will remember this quiet harbor, and from there proceed with steady faith. I also promise you this. My watchful care is not merely a moment. What I do in those 21 minutes will bear fruit in the days to come, like a seed sown that will sprout and bloom. You will discover increased endurance, a deepening compassion, and a faith that is no longer an idea but a living reality. Allow this to take root through small acts: a minute of sincere prayer, a spoken word of forgiveness, a quiet act of kindness, unseen by others. Those small steps are how the seed of grace is nourished. Now, my child, sit still for a while. Lay your heart beneath my gaze and let me do my work. In these 21 minutes, receive every blessing as a child receives a warm blanket on a cold night, without hesitation, without comparison. Simply accept and cherish it. I am coming not because you are more deserving than others, but because I am love, and you are the object of that love. Let that presence transform you from the inside out, and when you rise after this moment, you will carry a new version of yourself, gentler, stronger, and steadier within my embrace. I perceive every beat of your heart. I see your perseverance even when your feet are weary and your shoulders heavy. I see every effort you make to keep going even when strength seems spent. I know this journey is not easy. I understand the sweat and the tears shed along your path. The world is full of burdens, and sometimes they pile so high you feel you cannot breathe. But believe that I am watching, and I will never let you bear them alone. Right now, I am drawing near to you in a way beyond your imagination. You will feel a peculiar peace, an inexplicable relief, and that will be the sign of my presence. I am not far off, indifferent, or silent. I am very near, so near that when you exhale in prayer, I have already heard, touched, and enfolded you. My love and power surpass all your understanding, greater than every sorrow, stronger than every trial. When you sense that presence, you will be certain it is not an illusion, but me, the one who named you before the morning of the world, who holds your destiny in my hands. Do not fear weariness. The limitations of body and soul are there, so you will realize you are not meant to carry everything by yourself. I allow weakness not to make you collapse, but so you may find true strength in me. It is when you are exhausted that you will see my power made perfect. It is in the abyss of your helplessness that I reach out to lift you. The world will tell you to be tougher, sterner, but I tell you to come closer to me, to lean on my shoulder, to give me your burdens, for my yoke is gentle and my burden is light. And when you let me come in, you will notice a clear difference. Your soul will cease trembling, your heart will stop racing. Fear will turn into trust, fatigue will be replaced by new life. I will kindle within you a steadfast flame, so you not only walk but also shine amid the darkness. You will learn not to measure your worth by success or failure, but by the truth that you belong to me, and my presence will not leave you even on stormy days or long nights without light. My child, be at ease. The trials you face are not a full stop, but a door opening onto a deeper layer of your relationship with me. When you behold my presence in the midst of hardship, you will come to understand that my love is unconditional, boundless, and not dependent on circumstances. You will realize that I am not merely the one who dwells on high, but the one who is present in every moment of your life, in your laughter and in your solitary tears. Beloved, sit quietly in this moment and let the noise outside fall away. Open your heart like a door pushed wide to welcome the morning light, for a stream of sacred power is flowing into the deepest places of you, not the fleeting energy of the world, but an everlasting source that does not diminish or run dry. You will feel it as a warm breath, as a clear spring winding through parched corners, as a gentle melody that hushes the turmoil of your mind. That power will seep into your soul, untying the worn cords of weariness and restoring new life to every cell of your body. Do not carry fear or guardedness. Those thoughts will melt away here, for this place is not meant for them. Let them fall like dry leaves from the branch, so the soil may nourish the seed I have planted in your heart. I know you carry much sleepless nights, promises left unfulfilled, slow-burning wounds not yet sown. I know you have poured out love and strength for things the world calls necessary. But now I invite you to receive back. Receive a strength, not to keep shouldering bitterness, but to change the way you walk more gently, more wisely, and full of hope. The energy I give does not make you heartless. It widens your heart to embrace both frailty and glory. It does not steal your feelings, but refines them, turning tears of hurt into streams of healing for yourself and for others. As that power flows through you, you will know a deep consolation beyond reason. The mind grows stiller, the heart less anxious, and a natural calm settles in like a lake at rest after a storm. Do not doubt this pause of grace. In that silence, I whisper the words you need to hear. When you stop striving to prove yourself, I will show you who you are through my eyes. The long-standing pains will not be erased meaninglessly, but placed where healing happens. They will become testimony to patience marks through which I return, meaning so you may see how even scars can guide the lost. Trust that when you let go, I do not let you fall. I lift, transform, and return to you something better than before, an energy that allows you to rest without guilt, a strength to love without demanding reciprocity, a courage to release what drains you. In this moment, you will know that the peace I give does not depend on outer conditions. It is an inner state, a quiet room built amid the noisy world where you may always return. When that peace takes residence, you will see the difference clearly. Decisions that once seemed murky will reveal their paths. Tangled relationships will be lit by truth. The work you do will no longer feel pointless because you will act from a clear, clean source, not for reputation, but from a mandate that wells up from the depths of your soul. I want you to recognize a simple yet profound truth. My energy flows through you to build endurance, not merely to ignite a brilliant moment that then fades. I plant within you the capacity to recover so that every time you fall, you will know how to rise. Every time you are wounded, you will know how to heal, and every time you are tested, you will know how to hold fast to faith. Therefore, do not hurry back into old habits out of fear of change. Keep the seeds I planted in you today, and tend them with small practices, a minute of quiet contemplation each morning, a slow spoken word of gratitude, an act of loving kindness without calculation. Those seemingly small things will nourish that current of energy, causing it to bear fruit in your life. And as that light grows within, you will find that you no longer measure your worth by achievements or praise, but by the deep relationship with me, a belonging that cannot be shaken. Beloved, let me prepare. Your soul as an artisan readies a sacred vessel, carefully, attentively, and with reverence. I will fill the hollow places with hope, replace fear with the courage to trust, and turn weariness into a quiet drive to serve. When you rise after this moment, you will carry a new condition within, light, yet steadfast, gentle, yet resilient, and above all, secure, because you know you are not alone on the journey, because I walk with you, because the power I pour through you has become the life source for each step you take. Let all this renewal begin with one very simple word I receive. If you speak that word with wholeheartedness, I will answer with action. And from this day forward, whenever you are weary, remember the stream that flowed through you in this moment, drink from it, and let it sustain you forever. My beloved, I see every thin shaft of anxiety threading through your heart, the unanswered questions, the nights you watch the moon without finding a path, the mornings you wake with a nameless disquiet. I see you crumple the small hopes inside, floundering amid countless choices, wondering whether every effort is worthwhile, whether the dreams you cherish will dissolve like mist. I hear the sighs. You think no one knows. I watch the cautious steps you take when the way forward feels uncertain. But listen to my voice. The dreams you carry are not empty. They are seeds I have placed in your heart, each with its own season to germinate according to the wise timetable I alone know. Do not rush to judge a lifetime's worth by the days that have not yet reached their goal, for precisely in those not yet days, the most important thing, the maturation of your soul, is quietly being forged. I want you to understand that your journey has depths the eye cannot easily grasp. Each stumble is not absolute failure, but a lesson wrapped in love. Each season of drought is not abandonment, but the time I prepare the soil so that when the rain comes, the tree will rise stronger. There are turns that seem meaningless while you stand within them, but seen from afar. From my perspective, they form part of a larger picture, a chapter written to grant you depth, compassion, and wisdom. Do not evaluate the journey by the single standard of immediate results. Learn to regard each step as a rite in which you are trained to become an instrument worthy of the calling placed on you. You may see others reach their goals faster, hear the clamor of triumph along another road, and feel envy or unease stir inside. I know that feeling, and I do not abandon you because of such comparisons. Instead, I invite you to turn your eyes back to the source, and recall the original calling that placed that dream in your heart. People move to different rhythms. Some ripen early, some ripen late, but every life has a season of beauty arranged by me. Hold fast to patience forged in faith. My arriving at the right time does not mean delay, but rather perfection in my ordering. I assure you that the efforts you expend, even when they appear to be quiet acts, unseen gestures, are preserved and purposeful. There is an invisible ledger. I keep the silent prayers, the times. You choose love when betrayed, the moments. You forgive when instinct calls for retribution, the nights. You stay awake to pray. Comfort for another. All are recorded like golden grains in my treasury. In due season I will bring these forth like a gardener, harvesting the crop so that they become honor, opportunity, and blessing for you. Do not think that because no flower appears today, the seed has been lost. Trust that there is a harvest for each seed and a season for every labor. My child, if you fear you will be disappointed because your hopes are too high, let me teach you how to wait with dignity. Not a passive waiting, but an active, cultivated waiting, tending your inner life with prayer, with humble work, with the careful tending of the relationships that stand beside you. When you wait in that way, you do not waste time. You build a firm foundation so that when grace arrives, it will take deep root and bear abundant fruit. My timing is not the world's clock. It is measured by maturity, not merely by minutes and hours. I also want to speak to the hidden fear of abandonment behind many of your questions. You worry that if a dream fails, you will be left alone, judged, or branded a failure. Hear this: I do not measure your worth by success or failure. I love you because you bear the image I have impressed upon you. Everything else is a changeable outcome, but your identity in me is imperishable. When you begin to see yourself from that perspective, anxieties about achievement will fade and be replaced by a confidence that springs from relationship with the one who fashioned you. And if you still doubt, if the questions still echo, look back at the traces of my hand in your life, the times you were preserved from danger, the moments when your heart found sudden peace amid the storms, the chance encounters that opened a way forward. Those are my fingerprints sketching the story of your days with gentle and sovereign strokes. Each mark is evidence that I have not left you. They form a bridge between past, present, and future, showing that things are unfolding according to a meaningful order. My child, lessen your comparisons, your haste, and your habit of interpreting life through fear. Instead, embrace the reality that your journey has a deep purpose. Keep sowing, keep serving, keep loving through small, quiet acts. Allow me to cultivate in you patience, humility, and the sensitivity to hear my whisper. As you persist, in this way I will open the doors that fit, place you where you belong, and turn what is lacking into surplus. In closing, do not forget, your dream is not pointless, and your journey is not empty. Every step you take is under my care. Trust this guidance, and continue to walk courageously. Let worry drive you closer to me rather than push you away. And when the day comes that I delight to open a door, the day you will understand every mystery. You will see that every tear that once fell has been gathered to water the soil of your calling, so that from it will bloom the glory I have prepared for you. Beloved, close your eyes for a moment and listen deeply to my whisper. Place your full trust in me, for in my hands there is a greater logic than all your plans. My design for your life holds depths and purposes that mortal eyes cannot yet perceive. Your life is not meaningless. Each step lies within my way, and I will gradually withdraw the veil so you may see that purpose at the appointed time. Do not let your spirit grow faint because of unanswered silence. The answer you long for is advancing with each beat, and my wisdom will be poured out like yeast into a jar, slowly, thoroughly arriving precisely when you need it. Cling to faith as a steady anchor in the rolling sea, not because faith will erase the waves, but because faith will give you the endurance to stand in the storm without being swept away. Even now I am filling you with another grace, not the hollow, shameful strength of the world, but a sacred inner power that steadies your step, emboldens your heart, and clarifies your mind, so you can recognize the path through the fog. You do not walk alone. I am with you in every stride, like a helmsman guiding a ship through the night, like a gardener who knows when to sow, when to water, and when to harvest. I lead you through each stretch, keep you from unseen snares, and bring you to places useful for the mission I have entrusted to you. When you feel exhausted, that is the moment I want you to pause and receive the rest I offer. Not the rest of giving up, but the restorative rest in which the soul is recharged by my quiet. Lay down your anxieties. Allow me to gather up the fragments of your weariness and mend them with the gentlest love. N. The season of testing, I will not allow you to be cast aside. Rather, I will use those very trials to shape you into a person of character, patience, refined compassion, sharpened wisdom, forged. These things are not the fruit of fleeting success, but of a persevering process. Believe that the sacrifices you faithfully offer are not lost. I gather up every quiet deed, every invisible tear, every small whispered plea, and keep them in my treasury. When their time comes, I will bring them forth as a guiding light, as favors that open fitting doors, as the nourishment you need to enter a season of abundance. When doubt assails you, remember how I have helped you before, the times you thought you were lost but were guided home, the moments you thought all was gone yet saw my hand arrange good. Those traces are living proof that I am faithful across every chapter of your life. Do not let comparison dim the joy of the path I have given you. Each person moves to a rhythm I have set, and your task is to be faithful to that rhythm. Tend the ground I entrusted to you, sow the seed, water the soil, and patiently wait for the harvest. Practice the simple things, a minute of quiet devotion each morning to hear my voice, a word of gratitude at night, to notice the seeds of grace in your day, an act of kindness with no expectation of return. These small practices nourish faith and make my grace endure within you. When weariness surrounds you, do not rush to fill the gap with your own strength. Entrust it to me so I may renew your body and soul with a peace that surpasses understanding. I will change the way you see trials. They will no longer be destructive, but means by which I reveal my power, and it is in your weakness that you will find strength restored. Do not fear losing your way, for I am the way. Do not fear being forgotten, for you are ever remembered in my heart. Do not fear failure, for failure is temporary and can become a staircase to higher ground if you allow me to shape you. Let your heart be restructured. Replace exhaustion with purposeful rest, anxiety with prayerful hope, despair with small practical acts. And when the moments of grace arrive, you will see that everything before joy and wound alike has helped weave the rich tapestry of your calling. I will show you the larger picture, and you will understand that every cut and every broken shard has its place in my hands. So, my beloved, stand firm in this promise. I have a plan for you. I am preparing good for you, and I will reveal all things at the appointed time. Hold fast to faith, walk on in hope, and when you are weary, remember to return to the safe harbor of my arms, where guidance, healing, and renewed strength always await you. Beloved, sit still and listen closely to the rhythm of your own heart, for even now a stream of sacred power is pouring into you. Not a passing sensation like a draft through a door, but a gentle, deep-flowing current that penetrates every cell, touching every corner of your body and soul. Feel it as cool water poured over old wounds. At first there is only warmth, and then it slowly spreads, soaking into the fibers of your being, into hidden places of memory, where fear, worry, and long-standing fatigue have taken up residence. I know you are exhausted from giving too much love, time, strength, often without full return. So I come not only to comfort you with words, but to restore you with power, to heal the cracks in your heart, mend the pieces of your soul that have fallen away, and lift up shoots of hope you thought had been extinguished. As that energy fills you, you will feel a lightness, as if an overly heavy armor has been removed. Your shoulders will loosen, your chest will breathe more freely, and a strange serenity will lift from the depths of your being. Do not be surprised if you feel emotions rising. It may be a slow sigh, it may be tears tracing a path down your cheek. All of these are the language of a heart undergoing baptism. These feelings are not signs of weakness, but signs of life being reborn. I am drawing from you the fragments of burden that have made you step backward, and I am placing in their stead what endures: peace, a quiet strength, and the clarity to tell what must be released and what must be held. The energy I give you does not force instantaneous change. It invites your cooperation to open the inner door, accept care, and allow me to do the painstaking work you cannot do alone. There are wounds that require time and skilled hands to heal. I am that master jeweler, knowing how to smooth each rough edge and mend each loose thread with an uncompromising love. In that process, your body will also be touched. Daily weariness will gently dissolve like mist meeting sunlight. Persistent aches may ease. The sleep you need will deepen and gain quality, because when the mind ceases to churn with anxious loops, the body at last can recover. Remember that restoration is not an immediate miracle like flipping a switch, but a sequence of small graces, each better night's rest, each nourishing meal, each quiet minute, to listen inward, all part of the sacred energy being nurtured within you. Permit yourself innocent rest. Resting is not abandoning responsibility, but receiving the law of renewal I have placed into your life. As your mind grows clearer, I will illuminate for you the things that must be done, not because I intend to shoulder everything for you, but because I desire to grant you wisdom to choose what is useful and courage to release what only drains you. This renewal will not alter your essence. Rather, it will bring you back to the true self I designed, a person capable of steadfast love, able to endure in hope, and willing to serve without counting cost. Relationships that were once tangled will be clarified. You will gain the intuition to know when to speak and when to remain silent. You will be given the strength to forgive, not to forget the past, but to prevent the past from continuing to hold your future hostage. I also want you to understand that the energy I give will be revealed not only through private feeling but through practical action. You will discover in yourself the strength to face difficulties that once seemed too great. You will find the patience to finish repetitive tasks. You will perceive with new lucidity the light of hope and purpose reframing everything. When trials knock, you will not be battling with mere stubborn will, but with a deep power fed by your connection to me. A power that lets you stand firm and remain gentle to fight without losing your humanity. Practice simple gestures to cooperate with this grace. Place your hand on your heart and speak to me honestly. Set aside a few minutes each day to listen. Write down what brings you joy and what drains you, then offer them to me. Seek a healing sleep so your body may mend. And when you awaken, begin the day with a small word of thanksgiving. These acts are your hand taking mine. They make the flow of energy more than a momentary touch and turn it into a lasting path. I desire this continuity. Today's restoration will lead to tomorrow's endurance, and gradually, you will see your life restructured from within. And if at any time you still feel unsteady, remember that I do not withdraw for a fleeting tremor. I remain steadfast as the keeper in the night, waiting for your trust and reply. The energy I pour through you is meant that you may truly be yourself, not a pale imitation of another, but the authentic, good, and useful version of you in my kingdom. Do not dismiss small advances. Every modest step forward is evidence of grace at work. Let this be your inward declaration. You are being healed, you are being restored, you are being granted new strength. My beloved child, please listen deeply to these words. Every trial you are facing is not an eternal fate, but merely temporary steps along the road I have custom-made for your life. They are like winds that pass over the field, not an ocean that drowns the harvest. It is precisely through such breezes that the seed of faith in your heart is stirred and takes firmer root in true soil. Do not let the fear of this moment become a sentence for your whole life. I declare that the sharp pains, sleepless nights, and seemingly endless disappointments are only passing moments through which I intend to temper you to make you resilient without stripping away your tender heart. They are permitted to come in order to purify, to remove the counterfeit, and to reveal the part of you that truly needs to be nurtured and grown. When you feel shaken, remember that this shaking is not proof of my absence. Sometimes it is the sign that I am working quietly. I stir, I test, I remove invisible obstacles, so you may step into a wider arena where your gifts and your faithfulness will be used for purposes far greater than you imagine. So do not grow disheartened when trials pile up. Regard them as a red-hot forge where the strong is separated from the weak, where the true light of your faith is more clearly engraved by my hand. You may ask why you and I answer because I do not want you to pass through trials alone. I want you to know the experience of God walking with you in every step, to know that when your legs falter, there is a hand to hold you up. When your heart grows weary, there is a breath that renews. And when your mind is in confusion, there is a whisper that guides. I am the refuge to which you can run, the shield that covers the exposure of your wounds, the cool water for a thirsty soul. I am not a distant concept, but an intimate reality, a presence you can touch and feel near enough to hear the whisper of your name. In hardship, you will learn to root your trust not in fleeting feelings, but in a firm covenant. I have promised not to abandon you, and that promise becomes the pillar for every step you take. Look back for a moment. How many times before have you thought you would fall only for my hand to lead you through? How many storms found you adrift until a strange calm appeared? How many times did discouragement press in, yet a door suddenly opened that was not coincidence, but the trace of my love ordering your life? Those memories are proof when you trust, when you refuse to quit. I miraculously restore what was broken and make it into a new foundation. Therefore, when trials appear, do not flee them in panic. Enter them with a different attitude, the attitude that each difficulty contains a seed of grace, that within every fear faced, there is an opportunity for your faith to grow, and that it is through those hard moments your spiritual character is forged so you can bear greater responsibility in the days ahead. You may feel small beneath pressures, finances, relationships, health, career, future, yet I declare that even in these areas, my hand has ordained matters, and even when you see only a patch of darkness, I am painting a larger picture of which you yet lack perspective. Hold on to that hope like a lamp in the night, so when your steps stray, the flame will guide you home. Do not let pride or shame over past stumbles deter you. Instead, use them as measures of growth. Every scar is a lesson, every tear is evidence that you dared to live and to endure for something better. Remember also that my peace is not dependent on immediate changes in circumstance. It is an inner peace, a deep abiding place that enables you to stand unmoved amid chaos. When you rest in me, you will discover a power flowing within you, not the hard will of self-reliance, but a gentle, resilient strength that embraces both weakness and hope. That power will keep you steady against judgment and temporary failure. It helps you keep doing what is right without demanding guaranteed outcomes, because you know the value of action comes from faithfulness, not merely from success. So today, I invite you to choose. Will you let fear take hold, or will you let faith lead? Will you run away, or will you step forward with courage? Choosing faith does not mean denying pain, but seeing it in the light of a promise. The promise that these trials have purpose, that they are weaving a stronger cloak for you, and that ultimately you will stand firm, not because you are stronger, but because I am with you. Let this word take root. You are not shaken, for I am with you. You are not alone, for I am an everlasting refuge. And all you endure now is bringing you toward a new version of life, stronger, wiser, more peaceful, that I am ready to give. Thank you for listening to this message. Know that you are not merely an audience, but one chosen to live daily in the presence of God's Word. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you will not miss any sacred messages. Amen.